Good afternoon and welcome back to my channel for a very short video just to catch up on what's happening with my project. We're in England now after 2 weeks in France dog sitting. Didn't get to film or even sew much while I was there. The dog we were looking after didn't make it conducive to sitting down and having quiet time and doing a video, so catching up a bit now. I've nearly finished my blooms page, which I did little bits in France. I've included my favourite thing, which is printing on fabric. I printed a few things off and brought those with me, hoping they would suit. And this image I really liked, works with my colour scheme. And it's actually a photo I took of 4 of my best friend's coasters, which she has a set with floral themes. And they really appealed to me, so I took pictures of them and printed those out on fabric. Probably can't see there, but it actually says fleur, French for flowers, which goes with the little tab on my other page for bird's nest, which has French for bird's nest on it. So that sort of ties in nicely, even though you can't really read it unless you look hard for it. I've done a little bit of embroidery. I've got to fill this space here yet, and then I'll be done. I had a tiny scrap with a couple of pansies, so just cut those out. And I'm thinking, hopefully, if I can get my handwriting to behave, I might do the word blooms there, may embroider that as well. And just fill this corner here with something quite simple. I'm using this book, which I used for my Down the Garden Path for inspiration. So probably something similar to these, just with a wool, without the French knots on the end, just a simple circle of straight stitches in something a bit more textural like a wool. My field notes aren't particularly of any area or of any particular flowers. Well, pansies are obviously, but my embroidery, this book doesn't actually say if these are based on any real sort of flowers anyway, but so my blooms are just blooms, and let's pretend they're spring blooms. I have a button here. When I picked up a button jar here in the UK last year, I think there's 4 of these, and I looked at them and thought, no, they're not really my thing. I don't know if I'd ever get to use them. And then, of course, a page on flowers. Thought that's a bit perfect, adds a bit of different dimension to it, so quite happy with that. Also covers the bit of white on this section of fabric when I tea dyed and didn't, I think that must have been where I was holding it and it didn't spread all the way. So that's what's happening with that page, and when that's done I can start thinking about our summer wildflowers, which I haven't even thought about yet. That will probably maybe be based on something in this book, or maybe on something I find in Pinterest, whatever takes my fancy, and work it in with my colour scheme. I'm keeping the neutral tones for the background throughout. Worked on purple through spring, started to add a bit of reddy pink, and I'm thinking to sort of ditch the purple, leave that for spring, and move into maybe reds for summer. So let's see how we go with that. So when I get another quiet moment here and I get some inspiration, I will be back and share with you what potentially I'll be doing for summer. So thank you for visiting with me here in Bath, and I'll be back with another video as soon as I can get organised. Thank you.